name is Sanjini. Welcome to my boardroom. My company is Star Sapphire Media. I'm an actress, producer, director, martial artist, and I publish my own children's books. To answer the first question, I come from Bulawayo, Zimbabwe, which is in Africa. My grandparents were born in India, so I'm of Indian descent. And my parents were also born in Zimbabwe. I came to college when I was 16 and studied at different colleges, but mostly the University of Texas at Austin. I became interested in arts and entertainment through a serendipitous event that occurred in Miami, where I got into some trouble, so I had to do volunteer work. And I was given 2 places to do volunteer work. One was the Jackie Gleason Performing Arts Theater, and the other one was the Miami Arts Center. And I chose the Jackie Gleason Theater. And from there, I started taking acting classes, and I never looked back. My role models from cinema, theater, dance, TV, during my childhood and teenage years, were probably mostly older British actors and American actors, the Oscar-winning actresses and actors, and that's because I'm going to win Oscars, lots of them. So I liked Peter O'Toole, Elizabeth Taylor, Shirley MacLaine, Judi Dench, that kind of caliber of actors, Anthony Hopkins. So. The question about studying and learning to become a creator. As far as an actress, I started from ground taking acting classes, studying different acting methodologies, Sanford Meisner, Uta Hagen, Stanislavski, Lee Strasberg, Chekhov, and also taking lots of scene study classes, improvisation, and the most important, and I think foundation for actors, is to do theater, to do plays. A play is called a play because you play. So that it's extremely important to be doing theater. Shakespeare is amazing. I love Shakespeare, and that's classical training. And also, as a filmmaker, I started also from the bottom, doing lots of extra work that gets you on movie sets. I hated being an extra, but I did a lot of extra work. And then I started writing my own scripts. I read lots of scripts, and I also worked as an associate producer about a film dealing with Mother Teresa. So I did different aspects of filmmaking. When I did during my productions, I think the thing, like the Nike ad, just do it. So I actually just did it without knowing what I was doing. And the more I did, the more I learned, and I'm still learning. So with filmmaking, it's very hands-on, and you have, I do every aspect. I produce, I direct, I do the castings, I get the cinematographers, the equipment, the camera, the crew, the grip gaffers, sound people. I get the food, I do everything, the locations. I pay for everything myself. I direct, and I'm acting on the set. So to be hands-on and to be kind of handling everything at one time, it's really tough, but it's exciting. Am I satisfied right now with where I'm at? Not in particular, because I haven't filmed in a while due to the coronavirus, and I plan to film more. But I have done a lot of work in a lot of different films. So, mostly my action film series, Eye of the Empress, is my baby. But I have done Motel Patel, Cyber Romance, Portrait of a New Dot Model, and I have many other projects. Do I want stardom? I'm really interested in creating and filming and doing my own projects. And if the stardom comes along with it, that would be amazing. But it's the work and the creativity and the passion for film, and the passion for acting is what I enjoy the most. And I hope to do that soon, because it's been a long time. So the question, if there's challenges related to gender in relation to my profession that I face now, let me just talk about the past. I would say in most cases, the actors and crew have always respected me as a producer, director. Sometimes they do act out, or there have been some challenges. I deal with martial artists where we practice in the park and work on the fight scenes for weeks and weeks. It can be challenging, but I think most people are excited to be part of working with me. There have been some cases where sometimes they try to challenge me because I'm female. I would say the very cute actors have a clear boundary as far as hitting on me or wanting to date me. But I would say lately I have had a few issues with the older actors that play the bad roles, that kind of have stepped and crossed the line with me as far as basically I'm not really interested in their personal lives and who they date or their personal sexual struggles. Even though I've worked with them for many years and we are friends, I would prefer to not discuss or have clearer boundaries, of their personal life. Like, it's not my business. To be honest, I've had to be, sometimes being a director, producer is also like being a therapist. But at the end of the day, I just need them to show up and play the role, and I just need them to be on my movie set, and that's really all I care about. Okay. So as far as the creative situation here is that I would say it's a little tough, and it's because of the coronavirus. I need to film a big fight club scene at a boxing gym, and I do have the boxing gym location, but I need to have a really huge audience. I need at least 20 actors and a crew. So it's a little difficult to film something like that because most people are not scared of the coronavirus, but there's a few that are. So, and I do understand the issues with this, but I just want this coronavirus to go away. So I would say that's the main issue right now. As far as the casting business, I started off acting and going to auditions. So I went to actually very, very professional casting offices, and you just go in, say your name, do the stuff, and you leave. Super, super professional. But now, I've been doing my own castings for many, many years. I've had at least over 12 castings. I started my first at a Taekwondo dojo in Santa Monica, where I had martial artists come to my castings. I did one in Beverly Hills at my karate studio that I used to belong to. And then Hollywood casting and film, did a lot of my castings there. And I would say they're a little bit more relaxed. I'm a little more, I would say, inviting and warm, where I speak to the actors. As far as casting goes, I'm very, very appreciative of any actor who comes and casts for any role of mine. I always give each one time. Like, I'm not dismissive, and I never judge any actor, whether the acting was good or bad, because I don't see it that way. I always find something very interesting about each person, because each person's unique. So I never look at them and think, wow, they're not good. I never think that. I always think, wow, that's interesting, because even if they're not suitable for that character, they could be suitable for something else that I have. So, and I'm always like, I always find everything they do interesting. So, and like I said, I always give them time, each one of them, and I'm excited when they come and take their time to do the casting for me. Okay. How do I approach work that's offered to me? To be honest, I did that at the very beginning. I was a naked crack lady, with Melissa Leo, like my first little acting role. Anyway, I don't really get job offers, and I think it's because spiritually I'm supposed to do my own, and I'm supposed to create my own films, my own books. I do everything myself, and I'm supposed to create opportunities for the people. So opportunities for other actors to become creative, and job opportunities for crew. So I don't work for anybody. I just create my own opportunities, basically. What do I consider my greatest artistic achievement so far? To be honest, yes, I have done many films in different styles, like from action, which is very difficult to film, and I've had over 20 martial artists in my film. So my film Eye of the Empress so far, and my Motel Patel is very different. It was like an Indian family that owned a motel, and then my cyber romance was more sexual, two girls talking about dating and sexting, and also my Portrait of a Nude Art Model was very artistic film, where I used to be an art model, so it was based on my experience as an art model. I would say my Eye of the Empress is something I like as far as my achievement of directing fight scenes where martial artists of every style of martial arts, from Kung Fu, Taekwondo, MMA, boxers, like all kinds of martial artists, and many black belts respected me enough to do fight scenes with me and to be directed in those fight scenes with me. So I'm very appreciative, and I think that's an achievement. But as far as what I feel I've really, like my greatest artistic achievement, I feel like I'm very critical of myself, and I haven't achieved as much as I want to. And that's because I need to achieve so much more where my father's proud of me. And at the end of my action film, the character who plays my father will be proud of me, and my father in real life will be. So until I get to that point, until my father's proud of me, and I guess that's the only time I feel like I've achieved something. So my activity parallel to the arts is martial arts. I love Kung Fu and Shaolin Kempo and boxing and all kinds of martial arts. I started off taking Shaolin Kempo, which is more karate with a bit of 5 Chinese animals and a bit of jiu-jitsu and many other styles of martial arts. And I have a black belt in that. I did my black belt test in China, inside the Shaolin Temple at midnight. And right now I study Shaolin Kung Fu under the Shaolin monk, who's actually under the abbot of China. I'm a purple belt in Kung Fu. I was supposed to get my brown belt last year, but with everything shutting down with the coronavirus, my belt, it was just like a week after everything shut down. I'm not as proficient with Kung Fu. I'm still learning, and it's a very difficult martial arts style for me. But I'd say martial arts, and also I do love the sport of cute boys. Like, I love boy toys, so I'd say that's another activity of mine. Okay. My YouTube channel is called Sanjini Actress, and I have about 29 videos. I will be posting this interview on my YouTube channel, so I'll have about 30. And it's a combination of all kinds of my films. It's not organized so well right now, but I have my Motel Patel film. I have about 12, 13 episodes of my Eye of the Empress action film. I have my Portrait of a Nude Art Model. I have some other older films, Hollywood Screen Test, Father-Daughter Scene. I have my cyber romance. So all my films are on my channel. And I will be adding a lot more episodes to Eye of the Empress. I have to get up to episode 21, and there are many other projects. Okay. So the way I keep fit for my action roles is I love to go to the gym. I've been going to a gym that has been open, but now my gym, Gold's Gym, opened, and it's the equipment's outside, and I just love that kind of old style equipment. It really shapes and tones the body really well. So working out at the gym with mostly weight machines, but also doing my martial arts. So I have taken a Kung Fu lesson, at the main, like my Kung Fu school. But currently I'm just taking it on Zoom for now. But doing my martial arts and going to the gym keeps me fit, yes. And eating lots and lots of vegetables and lentils and healthy food. So the challenges of filming a romantic scene, which I have filmed in my Eye of the Empress, and I plan to film another one after my Fight Club scene. I would say it's not very challenging for me. To be honest, I have these really cute actors. I did a bedroom scene and then a hot tub scene. I would say the most challenging part of that hot tub scene was that it was in January, it was super cold, and the hot tub wasn't working, so it wasn't hot, and we were freezing. We were so cold in that hot tub, so that's what was challenging. But the scenes of actually the romance, I love it. Like, it's not challenging for me, it's exciting. When I'm doing those scenes, to be honest, I'm not even aware of the crew or the camera people around me, because I'm so into the kissing and the lovemaking. I love it. It's like so much fun. When my DP filmed a bedroom scene I did, he had 2 takes, and then he told me after the 2 takes, okay, we're done. I'm like, no, we're not done. 2 takes. I had to make sure he got different angles, and I made sure it was at least an hour. So it's not challenging for me at all. So the next bedroom scene I got to film, it's going to be a big 5-page verbal fight that ends up in the bedroom. I want that to be super provocative, super exciting, super sexual, like more sexual than Selma Hayek in Desperado, because that scene she did with Antonio Banderas, the bedroom scene, was absolutely sexy. So I want to be sexier than Selma Hayek. The thing is, she was naked. I want to be naked as well in that scene. My dad did tell me that if I'm going to be naked, he will not speak to me. But you know what? I've got to follow my heart. I'm going to be naked. As an experienced professional, the advice I would give newcomers is to do everything you can, like to hustle, to take every opportunity, not to say no because you think you're so entitled and you look so beautiful or you so accomplished. If you're not acting every day, that means it's not your passion. So I wouldn't turn down a student film or some short film or just think you're going to expect some big Hollywood role. Like, do everything you can. Another thing with actors is I don't agree that they are just natural actors. I can tell immediately when somebody's trained or not. So taking lots and lots of acting classes, doing lots of theater, doing plays, like doing a lot of acting, doing student films. I did 15 student films before I started making my own films. I acted in 15. I did lots of theater, Merry Wives of Windsor, Midsummer Night's Dream, lots of different, restoration comedies. I did theater. Take acting classes. It's important to take lots and lots. I took so many for so many years. I took a lot, and private lessons and voice lessons and movement, and it's extremely important to be trained, because even the A-list actors, even if they had family in the business, majority of them are trained, especially the Oscar-winning actors. So for newcomers, do everything. There's no such thing as something being small. You don't have to, especially if you're not a professional actor, and I would do stuff that's free. You have to. You have to do it because you love it and because you're passionate about it. And that goes with crew members. So I've had first ADs and I don't use them anymore. But I've had them think that they want to be directors and they've just done it once for me. And they don't understand what they did. They made so many mistakes. There were so many basic things they didn't do well. And if they just worked with me more, I could have trained them and shown them more and more and more. But they want to jump ahead without training, when they didn't even have those skills working for me in the first place. And that goes for many crew members. So it's the more you do, and you have to be willing to learn. And that's what it is. And hustle. Do everything you can. Constantly hustle. Constantly work hard. Constantly. And that's the thing. In film and plays, the work is fun. So this is what I don't understand. It's having fun. Being a part of it, and it's just about playing and having fun. So the work is the play, it's the fun. So I don't understand why they don't want to have fun. So have fun and play. How do I make equilibrium between my private life and my professional life? To be honest, I started realizing the more I filmed, like all my films, that all my films are my spiritual journey and my personal stories and experiences are woven into them. So my portrait of a nude art model was based on my experiences. Everything I said in there was true. My Motel Patel, all the characters and the whole thing, it was all true. I had family who owned a motel, and everything we did was, everything that I said or the characters said, I didn't really make it up. It was true. My Eye of the Empress, there's a lot of obstacles and stuff. That's based on my experiences. What it is that what I started noticing is that whatever happened in a scene I filmed kind of happened in real life, and vice versa. So my films, especially my Eye of the Empress action film, which has taken me many years, and the reason why it's taken long is it's my spiritual journey, and it's because it's a case of art imitating life or life imitating art. So just say my lead actor, ex-lead actor, was born 18th of May. The guy I was dating was also born 18th of May. There were these weird coincidences. If I was in a jail cell, okay, I was, and I killed an actor, I know this is bad, but he actually did go on the streets and he died. There's many weird coincidences with my movie that reflects, it's like my real life and my film coincide. There's too many coincidences, so that's why I want to get to the end of my film, because the actor who plays my father is proud of me, which I have filmed those scenes, by the way, is proud of me and of my achievements. And at that point, when I get to the end of my journey, my father will be proud of me. So it's a bit difficult knowing that that whatever I'm experiencing is reflecting in my movie, in the sense that with my personal life, I shouldn't control what happens. I just need to go with the flow and not try to control the outcome of anything. Okay. My current project is my action film, Eye of the Empress. So I film it in short episodes, and the next part is episode 11 and 12. I've already filmed 13. So that one is a fight club scene. Then my episode 14 and 15 is like a bedroom scene. Then there's going to be 2 major huge fight scenes, like massive fight scenes, and then a couple other scenes. So it's the Eye of the Empress is my baby, but there's a trilogy. So after that, I want to do some very big movies. So the next one would be the Dragon Pearl, the Dragon Pearl, which takes place in China at the Shaolin Temple and in Shanghai. And I'm going to have the actual Shaolin monks in that movie. And that's the same character, Skylar, that will be going to China. So my character in Eye of the Empress is also named Skylar. And the third trilogy, just like Sergio Leone had his trilogies of The Good, Bad, and the Ugly, A Fistful of Dollars and A Few Dollars More, and also Robert Rodriguez and his trilogies. But the third one is The Diamond Skull. And that will take place either, I think maybe Los Angeles and London, India, south of France maybe, and Zimbabwe. So those three, the Dragon Pearl, the Diamond Skull, plus I want to do Indira Gandhi, and I'm going to play Indira Gandhi and I'll win an Oscar for that. And also Aphrodite, or being Aphrodite, as well as the Egyptian queen Nefertiti. So those are the projects I want to do. Plus, I have my own commercials. I've written about 4 that I need to film this year, which is a mascara commercial, because I plan to sell my own products in the future, like my own perfume line, mascara, my own lotion, and my own pearls. And so I have those, and they're sexier commercials. But and then I have children's books. I've published 5. I'm working on 3 to 5 books right now. So I have about 15, at least 15 to publish that I still need to do. And many of those children's stories I want to turn some of them into animated films. I also do have another project, Beverly Hills Skunk, that I've written. So it's an animation, I want to produce that as well as maybe sell the concept of my Mota Patel, because I did a 10-minute introduction, and I would like to sell that to Netflix or Hulu, or it could be made into a series. So those are my projects lined up, and that's a lot. And I want to win lots and lots of Oscars. Producing, directing, acting, writing, everything. And my father will be proud of me.